Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to the CEC live lecture for the social science stream. We all want nature around us, and as with the concretization of our living, we want more and more nature to come live with us. In today's topic, we have with us an eminent teacher and geographer, Professor R.B. Singh, who is a professor at the Delhi School of Economics in the Department of Geography. He is also the Secretary General of the International Geographical Union. He will be talking about sustainable agriculture, urban agriculture, food production and sustainability in this talk at this afternoon. Welcome Dr. R.B. Singh to our studio.
Thank you, Unnati. Welcome viewers. We are going to discuss today a very important topic relating to our mega cities or urban areas, it cutting across a small urban centers to the big city like mega cities, and we are going to discuss the linkages between urban agriculture, food production and sustainability. As you know, on 25th September 2015, United Nations General Assembly passed the very important resolution, that is Sustainable Development Goals, and our goals also focuses on food security and safety. As you know, people are nowadays moving to the cities for income, employment, more and more opportunity available. So we are getting enough pressure and very enormous pressure on our urban system. Urban agriculture is one of the important sustainable development initiative for mitigating different type of risks coming through various channels of human activity. First, I would like to explain about urban agriculture. Urban agriculture or urban farming or urban gardening, these are the practices of cultivating, processing and distributing food in and around city, villages, even peri-urban areas. Urban agriculture can also involve animal husbandry, aquaculture, agroforestry, urban beekeeping and horticulture. These activities occur in not only within urban area but also the peri-urban areas. Peri-urban agriculture may have different type of characteristics. I would like to take up a definition by the Samsri in 2018, a very important comprehensive definition of urban agriculture. I quote, "A variety of system may fall under urban agriculture concept in different scale and position, ranging from a personal or local community garden for social or self-sufficiency purposes to complicated system which involve indoor food production with the help of artificial light or inside factories that are capable of controlling the climate to produce sensitive plants. Since urban agriculture is mostly practiced indoor, it is also referred as a vertical farming, integrated farming, inside building and jet farming, which stand for zero acreage farming," unquote. Actually, urban agriculture is not a new phenomena. I think in our urban areas people have been practicing gardening, and if you will go to the Southeast Asia, I think we call kitchen garden or the home garden concepts are very popular. In Indian context, we are practicing, many people are having still some land surrounding to their houses, and they grow some herbs, they grow some vegetable, a variety of spices and other phenomena. Now in present context, it is very important to mitigate different type of risk through urban agriculture, and I would like to argue this in my presentation today. First, I would like to take up the urban, the why we need this. And if you see in 2015, more than almost 50% people in the world, they are residing in the city. But if you will see the future, by 2050, 80% will reside in city. So we need food, we need fuel, fodder, or different type of requirement, and we have to grow within our limited resources and space available in the city. Now here you can see through this diagram, you can understand from your own process how the Asia will continue to host nearly half of the world's urban population. Almost half of the urban population live in Asia. So in Asian region, if you take up the data of Africa or Europe or Latin America or the Oceania, we have very less number of people living in the urban area. But Asia, big cities, all big cities are located in Asia. You take that like China, Guangzhou, Beijing, Shanghai, these are the 2, 3, Harbin, these are the important centers, Manila, Bangkok, in Dhaka. Coming to India, we have many, almost 56, mega cities in our country, metropolitan city, cities having the more than 1 million population. So that is why we have to practice this, and very important for achieving the sustainability. And what I would like to argue through this talk, that we have 17 goals, and we have to also practice interactive goals. How we can achieve different goals in an integrated way, and urban agriculture is one of the initiatives where many goals like poverty eradication, zero hunger, food security, health security, even gender equality, these are all can be linked with. What are the important challenges in our urban areas? Rapid urbanization, air pollution, and so we need such plants for mitigating the pollution, to reducing the effect of pollution. The climate change, through climate change the cities are getting lot of flooding. You can see this what happened recently in Kerala or earlier in Chennai. Traffic noise and this type of the congestion, again many through plantation it is possible to have some mitigation. Aging population and workforce and lot of employment opportunity also can be provided through urban agriculture. Socioeconomic, in our city we have lot of poverty, lot of slums population are concentrated in urban areas. Most of the city, if you see Mumbai, Delhi, and slum population or the poor population varies from almost 10% to the 25 to 30%. So through urban agriculture it is possible to provide some livelihood security for the people living in such areas, particularly in the slum areas. What are the opportunity available? Opportunity available through low carbon transition. I think many places we are moving to how we can develop the carbon resilience mega cities, carbon resilient city, and through urban agriculture we can move in the area of direction which may be considered as a sustainable urban development. A smart technology in this, big data, citizen science, integrated assessment method and sustainability, these are the different type of opportunities available in our country or even most of the developing country. Now I would like to discuss little bit about the agricultural population, and I am taking the global data. Between 80 to 2011, Africa agricultural population grew by 63% and its non-agricultural population grew by 221%. So you can understand the type of growth in the non-agricultural population. Oceania agricultural population grew by 49% and its non-agricultural population by 65%. Asia agricultural population grew by 20% and its non-agricultural population grew by 134%. So you can see not only in Asia but all over the world we have massive increase of non-agricultural population, and through urban agriculture it is possible to have also the different type of the farming activity, processing, and also the value addition of our product and the production. The combination of movement to city and agricultural consolidation caused agricultural population to decline, particularly in Europe and America between 80 to 2011, and it is almost 66%, 45% in North America, 35% in South America, 13% in Central America, and 7% in Caribbean. So what are the challenges with food production and consumption? Food consumption and its drivers are changing both in urban and rural area with profound implication of the food production. Here I would like to tell you this urban agriculture has also a traditional and local linkages. So we can promote urban agriculture according to the surrounding environment, according to the traditional practices practiced by the local people, mapping where food comes from and why it is critical to understand consumption trends and their implications. Particularly, I would like to tell you informal street vendors are becoming a permanent component of food system, and policymaker must make the link between informality, food, nutrition and sustainable development. Very important point here I would like to bring before you, that in India or most of the developing country we are lacking nutrition, and through urban agriculture it is possible to also achieve the better nutrition. Food and agricultural policy making should be inclusive so that different cross section of society can be integrated and can be involved. And why this is important, particularly inclusive, because in this sector the unemployed people, still lot of illiterate people living in the city, and we do not need much expertise in urban agriculture, and so we can provide the employment opportunity to the people, particularly the poor people. Giving a voice to the residents of low income urban settlement and net food buyers as well as smallholder farmers and the informal sector. One important statistics I would like to bring before you here, 1.4 billion people engaged in agriculture, particularly in this world. We have 1.9 billion, 2 young people more. We have 400, particularly entrepreneurs. 430 millions are unemployed. 577 millions are more, senior citizen or senior group people, old age people. 800 million particularly work in the industrial sectors. So, why we need this food security, and what is the definition, and it is very important to improve our understanding of the food security. Food security exists when all people at all the times have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe and nutritious food that meet their dietary need and food preferences for an active and healthy life. This is the Food and Agricultural Organization FAO, United Nations 1996 definition. So, what you can get from this definition? Physical availability of food, how means the production, that includes the gardening and urban home garden. Apart from that, this also includes economic and physical access to food, whether people available to the people or not, or purchasing power of the people. And so, the cheap food production is also very, very important. And then food utilization, these are the very, very important. I would like to quote Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, a very important agricultural scientist, 2011. I quote, "Food security refers to physical, economic and social access to balanced diet, clean drinking water, sanitation and primary health care for every child, woman and man." In this definition, he brought out 3 important dimensions. Again, I would like to take: availability, accessibility and absorption. And so, what I would like to argue here, that urban agriculture may integrate this all 3: availability, accessibility and absorption. If you see globally, very quickly I would like to bring before you the important threats to food security. Higher temperature, you can see, and CT, maybe urban heat island concept I would like to bring before you here. How in urban areas we have lot of elevated temperature sites in comparison to the surrounding area. Drought is becoming a very, very frequent phenomena. Changes in precipitation patterns, surface very, very severe weather or extreme weather condition, and then you can find a lot of regional variation in this context. And so, the SDG focuses on zero hunger challenge. This can be whether it is possible to eliminate in our lifetime or not, and urban agriculture can contribute in this. I would like to take the few important goals of zero hunger. Zero stunned children less than 2 years, 100% particularly access to adequate food all year around. All food systems are sustainable, 100% increase in smallholder productivity and income, and zero loss and waste of food. These are the very, very important zero hunger challenge. So, not only the production is very, very important, accessibility, food system should be sustainable, safety is very, very important. I would like to bring before you here that due to pollution problem, we have shifted our polluting industry to our surrounding area. Where we have shifted? We have shifted to Bawana, Narela area. These are the places where we are also growing the vegetables. So, you can see we disseminated our pollution problem in the surrounding area, but where we are growing the fruits or the vegetables. So, impact of pollution in imposing on these very, very important. Now, you see these are the producing areas. Then I am bringing slowly coming towards city. So, come to the like Azadpur Mandi. Azadpur Mandi is the area where they used to bring the producer vegetable production, where again surrounding area if you see the lot of industries are there. So, we are getting impact of pollutants on the vegetable. Then a small vendors, they are taking it to the streets. These all are open. So, what I will try to bring before you, that food safety issue is also very, very important. If you will cross, now I am taking the example of Delhi. If you will cross from ITU other side and walk 5 or 10 kilometer north and south, you can find the all vegetable cultivated area where power plants are also there, and from the chimneys many industries are located and a lot of the pollutants also coming, and one can see the very substantial heavy metal concentration in each product. So, it is very important also the food safety component. What are the emerging challenges? 2.4% of the world population area we have in India, and 17.5% of the world human population, 17.5% about cattle population, and still 21.9% people are below the poverty line. Lower level of research and development expenditure, high cost of the production of green goods, lack of adequate technology, or through urban agriculture, such social and economic and consumption behavior can be influenced by, you see this. I would like to bring another important component, herbal home remedies. Through urban agriculture, herbal home remedies can be also promoted. Now, I would like to know what type of the production can be done. For that, I think we have to see, and I would like to put before you the major crop areas, and through these crop areas, again you can take up in the city same type of the crop, and the product can be grown. You can see in the eastern side we have more rice production. If you will come to the western side, we have more wheat production. Central side we have the more jawar, sorghum. In Gujarat, Rajasthan, we have the bajra and all different type of products through this map. What it is more important, in developing country, barely 30% of agricultural production undergo industrial processing. But if you will go to foreign country, particularly developed country, Europe or North America, 98% of agricultural products they go for the processing. So, we are not able to do the value addition, and even the farmers or the growers, they are not able to get the much income. What is important that we can have? We have achieved a lot of food production, but it is not reaching everywhere, every cross section of society. You can see the data starting from the 1951, almost 50 million metric tons to the we have almost 250-60 million metric tons nowadays in 2016, the whole food production. So we have enough adequate food production, but it is not reaching to the all section, and we can involve variety of spices, vegetables, lot of the local fruit can be produced in this area. I would like to also bring the linkages between the food, nutrition and health. A nutritious and healthy food is required for well-being and healthy urban life. The question of affordability, availability and accessibility of food to the people of every physical region of India pose a serious thought. Even in urban region, people are underweight and facing malnutrition, deficiency. So, for sustaining food production, we need to focus on community, urban community through 4 E's: enable, engage, exemplify and encourage. What to encourage? For influencing the socio-economic behavior, sustaining urban food security. You can see here through this diagram India's contribution to the underweight burden children under 5 years of age. 42% in India. All developing countries, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria. So urban agriculture may not help this achieving the nutritional security in India, but in other developing countries also. 42% the underweight children we have. Here you can see in different city I have a data for starting from Delhi. You can see percentage of children under age of 5 years, underweight children, particularly in the slum or the non-slum area and the poor locality. Everywhere starting from Delhi to Meerut, almost the 22% you can find these underweight children, not only in slum area but also in non-slum areas. So, health condition of women and children, these are very, very important, and insufficient unbalanced diet, low consumption, fresh grease vegetation in our daily daily diet we need, and so we can supplement through urban agriculture. And particularly I would like to mention here that women as a urban cultivator can play a very, very important role in this, and because still lot of women are illiterate and we can employ them in this urban agriculture. Doing this SWOT analysis, I can tell you that in strength we have connectivity, good potential vegetable, diversifying the livelihood action. There are many weaknesses, opportunity and threat also available in our urban agriculture. Thank you.
Dear viewers, we will take a short break, and after this break we will come back and discuss the sustainability of urban agriculture with Dr. R.B. Singh. So let's take a short break. Dear viewers, welcome back to this talk on urban agriculture, food security and sustainability with Dr. R.B. Singh from University of Delhi, Delhi School of Economics. In this previous lecture, we had discussed about the possibility of urban agriculture and how it can ameliorate and mitigate the challenges of food safety and food security. In this concluding part of the lecture, we will be taking up some case studies, and if you have any queries, please you can call us at the toll-free number 1800-110-430. Welcome back, Dr. R.B. Singh.
Thank you, Unnati ji. Welcome viewers. We'll continue discussing the SWAT, particularly for urban agriculture. A few important points first I would like to highlight, and then I will go for giving you the same, particularly the case study from Varanasi and Delhi. You know, what are the strengths? SWOT means the strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. So, what are the strengths? Good road connectivity, good potential for vegetable, diversifying non-farm livelihood and income generation, tourism, hotel industries, medicinal plants, better market. These are the very important characteristics for urban agriculture. What are the weakness? Very low land holding size, low level of marketable surplus in food items, lack of knowledge about activity, insect, pest and diseases, poor water availability. Opportunities: huge demand for vegetables and fruits, incentives for establishing processing units, so we can do the value addition, scope for agro processing, herbal health remedies and natural treatment facilities. What are the important threats? Threats may be little scope for mechanization, growing population and urban sprawl, fire in some areas, vegetable cultivation prone to various diseases, increased health risk due to use of contaminated water, soil and water, air pollution. So, these are the some of the positive and negative aspects of urban agriculture. We take case of like in Delhi, we have just discussed little bit. Take case of Varanasi, is a very located in the rural, with the rural surroundings. In whole district, if you will see, even not only in whole district but city also, the some patches of agricultural land exist. It is divided into 90 wards, humid subtropical climate. City is located at elevation 80.71 meters. If you will see this urban profile 1991 to 2011, you see the population growing at a faster rate and naturally population coming from rural area. And these rural area, they are having a experience of practicing agriculture, and so they know the urban agriculture. Decadal population growth you can see continuously increasing. Land use pattern, if you will analyze, residential area 37 points, commercial very less 3%, industrial almost 7%, public and semi-public 3%. So, recreational 18.67, agriculture 19.54. So, almost 20% population agriculture area. So, this city has a lot of a scope for urban agriculture, for gardening, for vegetable production, for fruit production, for herbal gardens, land use pattern, if you will see that total area varying normal with 23.68% compared to previous master plan. So, still lot of residential area, and then agriculture almost 9% they have. Here you can see this the green belt, and green belt also includes not only the small tree but also the some garden. This city has a lot of cultivation because people are having the some land surrounding their houses. So, the land use analysis we did, and you can see this the land use pattern of 2001, where we have the green belt, lot of green belt, particularly in 2001. You can see in 2016 you can see also the green belt, but lot of changes, and here I would like to put the data, and if you see the changes, we have lot of negative change in green belt, open space, park, vegetation. These are the area, water bodies where we have the lot of negative change. So, urban agriculture can mitigate this risk, and this is this city is a very typical example where we can practice urban agriculture. Here you can see through this diagram the water bodies, vegetation, park, all negative. We have positive some, but these are the some positive like low density, medium dense, high density houses. We have more positive growth and increase of such houses, but negative in water bodies, vegetation, park, open space and green belt. So, what we can do? Here you can see this herbs for health in urban space. These are the herbs many people are growing in Delhi even many initiative taken by through the different institution, government also. You can see giloy, turmeric, aloe vera, particularly the mentha. I can tell you I am also associated with the CMAP, medicinal and aromatic plants located. It is a CSIR institute located at Lucknow, and they are promoting lot of the such maybe 20 varieties of different type of tulsi tree, the mentha tree, 20-30 varieties of mentha. They have a plant which can be grown in the waterlogged situation, in dry situation, in the flood areas. So, I think it is possible to use this type of like basil herb, particularly for bronchitis, gastric disorders, ginger. There are Indian gooseberry, for particularly they use for the asthma, diabetes. So, these are some of the herbs and variety of such plants available. Now, I would like to mention about some of the important components of the food production. In this context, we have to understand the local geography and knowledge of the area. what is the temperature available, what type of soil available in that region, because accordingly we can use the plant. Sustainable food production and environmental stewardship can be promoted, but through scientific technology and also the local knowledge. One hand local knowledge and other hand scientific technology. I would like to bring before you role of resilient agricultural practices in maintaining food and nutritional security. So, why we needed resilient agricultural practices? So, in urban agriculture we have a problem of high temperature in some area, and you know plant they can bring lot of changes in the temperature pattern. Investment in environmental and socio-economic capital, because the most of the cities are facing the problem of poverty, unemployment, lack of opportunity available. Urban agriculture is such area where we can employ. Particularly, if you see the city like Varanasi, where in surrounding area lot of people are cultivating vegetable, and the local manpower available in the surrounding area can be easily used in the city too. And so this will also help, because if we will be able not only able to achieve the nutritional food security and nutritional security, but also the income generation. People can sell. If they have a surplus production, they can sell, they can process. What I would like to bring before you here, we need the processing. So, food and nutritional security will help for health and well-being, and this can be done through sustainable agricultural production on urban area. Another important point I would like to bring before you, for urban agriculture, water conservation is very, very important. Water storage capacity and facility in each household, and we can promote also the two different type of system, particularly the such water, tap water and the wastewater use culture, promotion of wastewater reuse culture. Wastewater reuse means that we can use this wastewater particularly for vegetable production, gardening, home gardening, kitchen garden, and even the urban gardening. If you go to the waste, they have a two different type of sewage system. One sewage system they have particularly from the toilet or the when they are using the detergent, washing machine and all. Another type of water they are storing separately, they are storing from the wash basin. Such water can easily be used particularly for urban agriculture. Soil moistures, afforestation for the soil moisture, very, very important. restore the natural water storage sites in the wetlands, lakes and ponds, and this will help in urban agriculture. I would like to mention also that this practice can also promote the organic farming. As you know, these days we are moving for more and more green production, use of biofertilizers. These all can be done through urban agriculture. Many such even the kitchen waste, these kitchen waste can be used for the biofertilizers, for urban agriculture. So, ultimately we can reduce the risk relating to the health. Water conservation, again I would like to devote few more minutes. Production and selection of crop according to availability of the water, and so that is why we need to know about the rainfall pattern of that city, that area, the moisture availability in the soil. In this context, the creating awareness is very important, particularly for the urban community. I would like to bring another important point, particularly related to the wastewater treatment plants. Many places, take Varanasi or Delhi. In Delhi, Jamuna flowing from the city. In Varanasi, Ganga flowing. So, lot of we are disposing the wastewater without treating water to the river, and our river is a very different, very auspicious. We take even use for drinking purpose, for cooking we use the river water, people are taking the bath. So, by promoting treatment plants, and we can use this such water particularly for urban agriculture. And as you know, in Delhi we had some project also, pilot project done in the Okhla area, particularly IIT, Delhi, German government and Delhi Jal Board. They jointly did some particularly for the agriculture, urban agriculture. They used such wastewater. So, what I am trying to tell, that we can reduce the risk related to the polluted water also by promoting urban agriculture in the city. So, establishing the more and more treatment plant for recycling of wastewater is very important, and we have to develop also the culture of wastewater reuse culture. Proper mechanism for treatment of disposable industrial waste. Most of the city in India, they are having the industrial plants, thermal power plants. We are disposing the lot of wastewater, the waste, and it is possible to use such water particularly for urban agriculture if we can at least partially treat, not fully treat, at least partially we can treat. And in this context, I would like to bring before you the very important concept of application of nanotechnology for wastewater use. So far we have not done much, but what I would like to tell you, the application of nanotechnology in wastewater reuse, we can promote the safe drinking water. Nano absorbents can eliminate particles from contaminated water. toxic organic solution can be converted into non-toxic bioproducts through nanocatalyst and redox active nanoparticles. So, once I visited in Denmark, one of the such enzymes, this very important products they are doing. They have some plant also in India, particularly in the textile area, paper pulp, in detergent. So, they are doing the effluents, treatment. This enzymes, it is a very close to the Copenhagen, the headquarter of this company. I visited, and they are very famous, practicing. So, we can achieve the clean water even. So, even for drinking purpose, or very easily this can be used for the urban agriculture. So, I would like to take the different dimension of the whole drivers of food and nutrition security in our country, and urban agriculture can play a very important role. For that, sustainable approach needed, bridging the gap through the 6 industry. What are the 6 industry? 6 industry is a combination of primary, secondary and tertiary. So, primary 1, secondary 2 and tertiary 3. So, 3 to 5 and 6. What I am trying to bring before you, that whatever the urban agricultural product we have to move from production to processing, and processing to marketing. So, this type of linkages, production, processing and marketing, this is the example of 6 industry. This can bring value addition of urban agriculture, of any product, and for that resource mobilization, capacity building very important. We have to ensure active participation of people, nurturing the local and seasonal food varieties, food safety and monitoring, affordable, accessible food storage and network, market accessibility. These are the very, very important component of sustainable urban agriculture and bridging the gap through 6th industry. If you see agriculture and foods, now we have a lot of junk food and all, and even today I saw in our newspaper that UGC asked all institutions and Delhi University colleges and Delhi University not to allow the junk food in the from our canteen or for the cafeteria. What I am trying to bring before you in this era of globalization, all McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, all coming up. Through urban agriculture, we can have a indigenous, local, more and more green, sustainable, food availability, which can provide the health and well-being to the people living in the city. So, no sustainable food consumption without sustainable food production, and so consumption and production, these are very much linked. And I told you the processing, packaging, marketing are the very component. Traditional cuisine and diverse geographical setting can bring the value addition in our urban agriculture in our city. For that we need investment, and in this context the role of government is very, very important. They have to bring the technology in innovation and design, different type of production techniques, cleaner food production, quality assessment also we have to do, and then sustaining traditional cuisine and its value addition can be achieved. Production strategy to improve the resource productivity, again raw material to processing the products, cleaner processing and the green energy technology, emphasis on materials, less material per unit, larger share of materials from recycling industry, better modeling of components, and then finally ultimately for what purpose we need? We need for environmentally friendly eco product agricultural urban agricultural products. Finally, I would like to conclude that sustainability of food security not only depends on production or agricultural development, but also depends on socio-economic level of urban region. So, the type of region exists where the urban areas are located, in like in Delhi one can have different type of urban agriculture, and if you go to the smaller towns like even Varanasi or the Patna or Kanpur, they have a different level. So, the traditional and the local situation is very, very important. Geography, availability of different type of the facilities and amenities are even not only amenity but technology. I would like to bring before you also the technology is in this context very, very important. The water availability, whether treatment facility is available or not, where solid waste conversion for for fertilizer can be done or not. So, holistic approach needed to understand the minimize the threat of food security with scientific, moral, mental and also the spiritual approaches. To quote Mahatma Gandhi ji, earth has enough to feed the need of the people, but not the greed of the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Your talk told us a lot about how simple urban farming can ameliorate so many problems of environment and economics. It is important to do it in a very systematic and planned manner, and understanding our society and the culture, the region and its environmental conditions before we can employ such kind of schemes for betterment of the population. So, sir, can you tell me, is there a plan that which the government is going to follow in promoting this kind of urban agriculture?
Yeah, thank you, Unnati ji. I think a few important initiatives taken, and IIT and Delhi Jal Board and the German, some company, they collaborated particularly for the using the wastewater,
yes,
particularly for urban agriculture. So they are doing, people are practicing. In Delhi we have the herbal home remedy programs. So they are also promoting lot of the herbal, tree giving, even sometime free to the people, and they are using for growing at their home and the kitchen garden. So, but traditionally, Indian people in the villages, if you see in rural area, We have been growing.
We have been doing this.
Surrounding to the houses, you can find the lemon tree, tulsi. Even for a small diseases, they take some plants and they use. Why not in urban area? It is also possible. Even I would like to tell you, in Japan or many cities, they are practicing on the rooftop. They are using the rooftop gardening.
Yes.
Very popular, and so it will be done. So it is not possible to get only some product like a vegetable, but also for green environment, aesthetic, creating a urban aesthetic, a good urban aesthetic. It is a very, very important, and we can move in such situation which may be considered as a more carbon resilient urban area, mega city or the a smaller urban center also. This can be done.
Thank you, thank you, Professor R.B. Singh. Dear viewers, I am sure this was an enlightening talk. Please do write in to us for any of your queries at the email address provided. Thank you.